William Carpenter, an English printer and author, was a proponent of the flat earth theory, active in England and the United States. In the 19th century, Carpenter immigrated to the United States and continued his advocacy of the flat earth movement. Carpenter was born on February 25, 1830, in Greenwich, Kent, England, and he was baptized on April 30, 1830, at Maze Hill, formerly known as Bethel, Independent in Greenwich. He was the eldest son of Samuel Carpenter and Lucy Moss. He married Annie Gillett January-March 1853, and they eventually had 6 children. In Greenwich, Carpenter became a printer and stenographer by profession. In 1879, he moved from England to Baltimore, Maryland, where he continued his work as a printer. The 1880 U.S. federal census shows him and his wife Annie, with 6 children aged 11 to 25 years, whose occupations included milliner, architect, professor of music, and florist. After arriving in Baltimore, Carpenter taught classes in shorthand. He published 2 books on the subject, and became known as Professor Carpenter. Carpenter had other eclectic beliefs per his Baltimore Sun obituary. For many years Mr. Carpenter had also been a vegetarian, a believer in the power of mesmerism, and a spiritualist. Upon each of these questions he wrote pamphlets. He thought that the eating of meat was responsible for many of the ills that humanity is heir to. Carpenter died on Tuesday, September 1, 1896, at 1316 North Central Avenue, his home, in Baltimore. Per his obit in the Baltimore Sun, his death was the result of a stroke of apoplexy on Sunday. In the year before his death he had a number of slighter strokes. Thank you for watching. For more educational videos, please subscribe to WizScience on YouTube or visit wizscience.com.
You know, I was thinking today, because someone said God bless to me for something I did for them. Anyway, God bless. Anyway, it's about God. Here's a question to you people out there. How do you know God exists? Now, I'm not going to go down the usual path. In fact, I ain't going down much of a path. In fact, I'm not even going in the park to go down the path, okay? How do you know God exists? If someone didn't already put that in your head, whether it be your parents, your church, or whatever religion, okay? Someone put the existence of God in your head. Because if no one spoke to you about God, how would you know God exists? So my point is, someone put that thought in your head, man or woman, put that thought into your head that God exists. Because what's the feeling you're getting? Everyone has their own definition of what God is. Okay, thank you for that. But the point is, you don't know what God is. Only the version that you've been told, read about by someone else's writings. What is God? Who is God? How do you know God exists? How did you know about God? I mean, for me, I'm open about this. I'm not religious, atheist. I guess you could call me an atheist, agnostic. What I am is spiritual, in as much as nature is my God, and I guess this earth is our planet is my temple. I connect with the universe and my experiences within it. Whether it be the grass, the trees behind me, the sky, people, animals, whatever. Okay, that's how I connect. And that is my religion. It's nature and this planet being my temple. No one put that into my head. That was a personal experience that I encountered on my path as a human being. This isn't something I have read about or someone indoctrinated into me, or abused me with their religion. Okay, I don't suffer from religion, but that's my nature. That's what I seek, okay, is that truth. Back to the original point, how do you know, why do you know that God exists, or whatever? I know I'm babbling on here a bit, but I think you get my point here, okay? If no one said anything to you, explained it, gave a version of it, would you believe in God? And if you did, where did that word come from? I also know that some people say God spoke to them. That's how I know He exists. Now, I know I'm skeptical and cynical, but I don't think anyone spoke to you. Here's a great example of that, when you say God has spoke to you, so I know He exists. I don't need anyone to tell me He exists or doesn't exist because He spoke to me. Watch this. Although there are billions of people on the planet that pray to some form of God, whether it be Judaism, Islam, Christianity, whatever, okay? It's accepted, it's widely accepted around the globe that people pray to a person and speak to a person they cannot see or hear. Now, yet, if I turn around and said, God spoke to me and he told me to do X, Y, or Z, and I acted on those supposed words that I'm hearing from God because he spoke to me, I get diagnosed and pathologized as being a schizophrenic. Now, there's a double standard there. If, you know, I don't know if you see it, but I certainly see it. It's okay for acceptable for billions of people to talk to a faceless, invisible person, and yet, if I say God spoke to me today and he told me that I must do X, Y, Z, you're going to look at me like I'm some kind of fool. Get that one. So, in conclusion, I would say this. Man invented God.
Non sa che dir, con arte magica ti saprò dir quale via seguir. Tu sei piena di fastidi e le cose vanno mal. Con arte magica posso trovar cosa devi far. Alla natura, pensi cabula, tutti i volti di tu. Sei il prodotto che avviene lassù, scrivi di volti di tu. Alla natura, pensi cabula, tutti i volti di tu. Sono avanti tutto quel che vuoi tu. Salacadula va, Mexicabula fa, ma la formula in ver che vale di più è bibidi babidi boo.